Yo, come one, come all, nothing but love, nothing but respect. You know what we do, what we don't, what we is, what we isn't, and what we is here today. The chapter hasn't dropped quite yet, so I can see chat already blowing up, seeing if the chapter has dropped. The chapter, as soon as the chapter comes out, you'll be able to see it in my Discord. Click the link in the description to go join the Discord and that. But the chapter should drop any minute now. It shouldn't be too long, but just going live to talk a little bit of One Piece just before the chapter drops. And you'll see the chapter drop live the moment it's released down there. So if you haven't done so already, go join the Discord, alright? And if you haven't done so already as well, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Follow me on all the socials and all that stuff. Get XL, Kuma, good to see you. And we've got two new people here today. We've got Kid Toons and Shinobi Sasuke. Hello, hello. How are you guys and or girls? Yeah, the chapter should be dropping very soon. Like, it'll be a matter of hopefully minutes. Alright. Just while we wait for the chapter to drop. On which site? It's on TCB scans, right? It hasn't dropped quite yet. It'll be out in a few minutes, hopefully. Alright? Like I said, if you haven't, if you don't know what site it is, join the Discord. The link to the Discord is in the description down below. Go over, click on chapter links, and at the moment the chapter is released, it'll drop there. Alright? Yo, just having a look at the moment. How long have we been on the raid for? I think the raid started chapter 70. Nope. 73. What do you think will happen in this chapter? No clue. I'm assuming it's Zoro or Sanji related. The way the last 3 chapters have sort of gone, it's probably going to be a bit of back and forth with them. If not them, I did predict that we might be cutting to Yamato and Brook trying to stop the yokai. You know what I mean? Kinemon's clever trick. Okay, so chapter 974. Wow. So 25, and now we're at. Yo, we have had 57 chapters of the raid so far. Does anyone else think that's absolutely wild? Like 57, that's. Yeah, that's almost 6 full volumes of just fights, off and on again. That's pretty crazy. I think maybe something about Zoro or Enma. It's a confirmation of the super early spoiler, although not that accurate. Super excited about this chapter. Oh, actually, yeah. Oh, get. So it wasn't last week, it was the week before, I think you were talking about a potential list of spoilers and that. I have still stayed clear of them because I don't want to spoil myself. But have those spoilers been accurate to what's come out the last 2 chapters? Or is it still up in the air whether or not it was accurate or a little bit sketchy? I apologise as well. I got mop hair. I've given myself a good wash. I was supposed to be on holidays today, but I got called into work to cover for someone, so I was surprise day at work, and then after that, I'm doing renovations to a house I've just bought, so I've been doing painting this afternoon as well, so I've got paint on me still. Not that you could probably see it that clearly. Yes, with a lot of work. Ooh, it's crazy to think about, but considering we haven't stayed on a solo fight for too long, the pacing doesn't feel too sluggish. I mean, is it weird to say that if we still get a 5 act play, that everything so far isn't what Oda would consider the conflict or main fighting anyway? Like, not to say that it's not fighting of some capacity, right? But I mean, in a 5 act play, you've got your introduction, you've got your 2 Ha's that are setups. Technically, it's 3, but whatever. So it's like setup, extended, like middle, ending with the tragedy, then all conflict, and then quick resolution. Like, if we still go that route, like, I know a lot of people are starting to wean off that idea, but if we're still on that, like, with the way Queen or actually Sanji looks like he's about to, slap Queen about the way it looked last time we saw him, but with Zoro and King and Luffy and Kaido, it's sort of been like, they've been getting pushed for sure. Happy Thanksgiving to those who celebrate it. Yo, good point. Happy Thanksgiving for those people in America and all that good stuff. Over here in the land of Oz, we don't really celebrate it. That's not an us thing. But you know what? Enjoy your holidays and, do your thing. Do your thing. I'll shout again for sure, you reckon? Interesting. It'll be, So, okay, so this is a chapter that's going to make me vocal, is it? Ooh, that's not teasing at all. What would get me excited? The last chapter did end with Hiyori. So... Sohan, hey bro, hello, how are you, my guy? Nice to see you, fresh name. Why Sanji wins easily in the fight while Zoro always struggle like in his lobby? That's because even though Zoro and Sanji's fights are always... Okay, this is really important actually. I'll break this down because we've got some time. One really important thing to know about Zoro and Sanji fights is while Zoro and Sanji's people are always equivalated roughly in strength to each other, plus like there's always plus or minus less than 10% difference between who they fight, right? Like in overall strength. But the thing is, the drive of the people that Zoro fights far outweighs the drive of those people that Sanji fights, which makes them more dangerous, makes them more tenacious. And you got to remember, like, people may shit on Sanji a lot, but people don't respect the fact that 90% of the fights that Sanji has, he goes into preordainedly injured from something else. I mean, even in this fight against Queen, he had Black Maria beating him to a bloody pulp for a good 20 minutes prior, and also was having the worst off in a clash against King, no different to Zoro. You know what I mean? Whereas Zoro may have had almost every bone broken in his body, but he's got a miracle drag that makes it all better while he fights. So there's no inability to fight there. Whereas Sanji's having like a genetic awakening, but it's like at the end of the day, right? Sanji gets beaten around a bit because he's just like a bit more chill than Zoro. Zoro's a lot more serious. Sanji gets used in the gag aspects a lot more, or used for character development a bit more than Zoro does. But like you sort of forget like Diablo Jambe's broken. It bypasses most people's defense and does internal organ damage. That is something that a lot of people just sort of go, huh, does it? Doesn't really seem like it does that to many people, you know what I mean? Like, the views for this chapter will boom, definitely 10 out of 10. Ooh, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. Super excited. I want to spoil something, but there's no break next week. Oh, if there's no break next week, that's all I need. That's all I need. I got a smile on my face. Yo, that right there, get XL. That is what would have made me scream. Getting to the end of this chapter and going, no break this week. Woo! Sanji took quite a few hits in his battle against Jabra, though, didn't he? Yeah, but then Sanji did Diable Jambe, and literally Diable Jambe was a one-shot move. He hit Jabra one time, caused massive internal damage, where Jabra was screaming in pain that his organs felt like they were on fire and about to burst, before planting him solidly through the bedrock of Eni's lobby, right? Sanji's Diable Jump, and again, Sanji may have had like a fiery explosion, but I'm pretty sure it didn't actually use Diable Jambe against it's not Hold'em, it's not Peckham, Absalom. He didn't use. I'm pretty sure he didn't from memory because I have just read the whole story. Pretty sure he didn't use it against him. He used it like Sanji until post time skip. Used Diable Jambe super sparingly. You know what I mean? Reddit says we could have a break after this, then one chapter, then Shonen Tropical Island. That's a truth bomb and it hurts, and I don't want that. 2 times. Yo, Kashin Kuma, good to see you. Good to see you. And again, Tropical Island, good to see you, my guy. Do I want Yamato to join the Straw Hats? I am not gonna lie, right? Who do I want to join the Straw Hats? I think one of two things needs to happen. Either no more people join the Straw Hats, right? Or I think there needs to be an explosion of people all joining in this arc, right? I know a lot of people have had theories out there about Smoker or Tashigi joining the crew and that, but like at the end of Wano, right? You have Momo, who now he's an adult, may not come along, but he'll be part of like an allied fleet sort of thing. But you've got Otama that desperately wants to set out to sea as an apprentice. Luffy may do that. Like, he may do that. You've got Yamato, who is by far following the theme of the New World goddamn monsters. I mean, this girl is... She's slapping. She's slapping. I mean, Yamato's second division commander level. I mean, like, straight up, she's an amazing combatant, and she's interesting, she's unique, she's fun, right? I'm not discrediting the Carrot fans out there, alright? Carrot would be an amazing Straw Hat. I don't know if she'll ever join, but she does want to just see the world, which is, it's a good thing, right? I could see Kinemon joining, especially if Otsuru has died at the hands of Hold'em, and there's nothing else tying him to Wano. I could see Momo sentencing Kinemon to travel for the rest of his life with the Straw Hats, or to just go and relax. You know what I mean? Journey the world, see some sights. Yeah, we've got 13 current viewers. Good to see you all. If you haven't done so already, like the stream and subscribe and all that good stuff. If you're just here floating to see if the chapter's dropped, it hasn't dropped yet, but it will. And the second it drops, you can see it come out in my Discord. The link to the Discord is in the description down below. Go join the Discord, go over and click on chapter links, and then bada bing, bada boom, the second it drops, it'll be there for you guys. It's okay for a break, though, because of what's happening in this chapter. Okay. So it's either a cliffhanger or a fairly resolute chapter. I don't think Oda would show us CP0 versus X-Drake and Apu just yet, or at least not to a finish, so I don't think it's that. If it's a good time to have a break, I could see it being the end of Act 3, but I don't necessarily believe that's it. Oh, we do get a break? Okay, no break next week. That's what I like to hear. Round of applause. You scared me, Tropical. You scared me there. Oh, when will the chapter drop? Yo, 57 chapters in the raid. That is so crazy. Oh, true. We are getting to the Christmas breaks. And then we're going to have Golden Week and stuff. Oh, I forgot. This time of year is torture. It's torture. But that kind of works for me a little bit as well because not next week, but the week after Halo Infinite drops, and I'm going to be dropping some serious time into that campaign. You can catch me. I'm going to be doing the whole gameplay live on Twitch. I'm currently not in any progressively, like, at the moment my schedule is a lie on Twitch because I'm only just started streaming this sort of last little bit of time. But yeah, I'm trying to go through all the Halos leading up to Halo Infinite because I'm so damn excited for the campaign of that game. You have no idea how excited it makes me. Halo is one of those franchises like One Piece that just has so much world building if you get into that sort of stuff. So I'm keen for that. But at the same time, I hate breaks in One Piece because it makes me feel like a drug addict desperately waiting for new content, just like, please, sir, may I have another? Can I have a panel? But almost forgot, guys. We may be having breaks soon, but do you know what's going to be coming out? It'll be Jump Festa soon, which means a new cryptic message for 2022. Anyone got any ideas what the cryptic message for 2022 is going to be? Anyone? We get 1035 and then a break. Yep, that's the holidays for you. I hope at the end of 1034, Gear 5 will be teased, just like in Gear 4 and Dressrosa. Ooh. But we get super early spoilers like 1 week ahead in Shonen Jump breaks, so be cautious. Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, in the past, around this time of year, I have been absolutely murdered by spoilers on Twitter. People just have no chill, and the worst part is, I can't even not follow certain people because it's where I get major information about stuff. Or a mysteriously green character will make it... Oh, a mysterious green character will make their move. Everyone's sitting there going, it's Green Bull! Green Bull's gonna do something! After after 51 weeks of 2022, the last chapter of 2022, Zoro does a backflip. Zoro made a move! The guy with the green made a move! I know One Piece film Red just got announced. I honestly don't necessarily believe that's what Oda was talking about when he said a redheaded pirate would be making moves. I genuinely haven't reread that stuff. Look at that and I'm like, to me, that just is Kid. And, I mean, this year we had Kid fighting Kaido, Big Mom, using an awakening. You know what I mean? He's a red-headed pirate too, you know? I think Elbath will be hinted. I don't know if they can hint Elbath, because I don't know if they can hint any arcs, because low-key, I don't think Wano ends until late next year, if at all. Really. I think we have a year left in Wano still, probably. I think 1035 will probably end with Zoro and Sanji fights. Dragon meet Luffy, this may happen. Funny thing, we still didn't resolve the earlier stuff, like what happened to Vivi, Sabo, Hancock. Oh, okay. Let's talk. Okay, let's talk intermissions for a minute. Okay, it's out. Oh, okay, no. Okay, oh, Flores, mate, don't be teasing me. Oh, it is out. Ooh, Shimotsuki Kozabura. What the? Is that the title of the chapter? Yo, it's out. Okay. If you haven't read the chapter already, because it only just dropped, and you want to read it before you read along with me, right? The link is in the Discord. Join the Discord, go over to the chapter link section. Bada bing, bada boom. You're sorted. That is your warning, right? There is literally a link in this video underneath in the description to go click. Go over to chapter links. Chapters there. that out of the way, right? I'm going to start reading now. And you can read along with me if you want, all right? Chat, I'm going to be periodically looking at you, but I'm focused. I'm focused. I'm hyper focused. I'm not going to get in trouble this time for not paying attention to the chapter. Chapter 1033, Shimotsuki Kozaburo. So 1000% getting Zoro chapter. Shimotsuki Kozaburo. That's a swordsmith. That is a swordsmith. That's the one that went to East Blue, isn't it? Peachman 5, where's the chapter? It is in the Discord. The link to the Discord is in the description down below. Go click on the link. Go over to chapter links in the Discord. They all drop straight there. Okay? Just to be safe, I'll even drop it in there myself. Okay? Just to make everyone feel a little bit safer about it. How about that? Oh, it's already in there. But it's in there double now. So you're welcome. Alright? I am gone by. Catch you later, Kid Toon. Tune back in after you read the chapter. Alright. So, interesting that we're talking about Kozaburo, because I'm pretty sure he was at the East Blue. And we have Smoker and Toshigi here, both East Blue. I'm cautious. Toshigi plays with villain from Baby Penguins that make believe as heroes. That's actually a little cute. Alright. Zoro versus King. Zoro has to deal with a rogue sword. Oh, okay. We're getting sword exposition this chapter, ladies and gentlemen, but we're getting sword exposition. Enma, stop draining my energy without my permission. Oh, and look at those arms. My boy's got guns. I love it when Zoro's got his armored haki on. Dude is muscular. Alright? Muscular. Trouble in Paradise? Yo, and King just what the fuck? King just charges in and then just yo. What the fuck? He just charges in, pretty much just thrusts himself at Zoro. Zoro's just staring at him at dick height. What are you trying to pull? Yo, and Zoro tries to stab him in the guts. Huh, a direct hit. What? What the shit? A direct hit. What? And they blow up? Yo, is King coming out of this like Gladius? The hidden ability of the pterodon fruit isn't that it slingshots his head. It's actually that he also can blow stuff up. Because why not? He's a... Oh, I got it. Wrong line there. Skull Dome, left brain tower, pleasure hall. Whoa! You just call the pirate hunter, right? He doesn't stand a chance against King. Yeah, and my boy Sanji looks a little bit up there. He sort of looks like he's been walking face first into some doors. He's a surviving Lunarian. They were all supposed to be eradicated. Those monsters could thrive in any inhospitable environment the world threw at them. In the distant past, they were considered gods. Yo, Queen, I love you, dude. But, like, and Queen, I love you. Snitches get stitches. Who's learning this lesson the hard way? Please, shut, like, I love the exposition, but shut your mouth before you get your throat slit. Dang, King either has a really pouncy tummy or he got some sort of armor hidden beneath that leather clothes. Queen, no, you're not cooking. No, you're not cooking me. I like that. Now, King doesn't have some super armor, man. He's just got that, like, scaly-ass skin. Could you... I know we can see part of his face, but, like, dude, imagine King's hybrid form. He takes off the armor and that, and he just looks like a scaly ass lizard man. Looks like Reptile from Mortal Kombat. Half. Close one. I'd be a goner if I used Armament Haki a second later. Yo, so Zoro's fine. How is he still unscathed? He just blew himself up. So, okay, so he can blow himself up. One stored style. Ooh! This is one of my favorite fucking moves from Zoro. I love it. It's always so raw, but yo, Ichidai. Sorry. EI, Lethal Lion Song just comes out with the quick draw. Like fucking beast. Yo. Long ago in a distant past, I knew Supernova. Zoro used to be my favorite character early series. I love this shit. Yo, it didn't King. What the shit? I don't know if I was just mentioning this to Eggs for Brekkie off stream, because I know I talked to him about it, but it may have been in last week's stream. I was saying, what if the Vinsmoke family's iron body is part of the Lunarian DNA, since Queen keeps saying that that Sanji's fire is a Lunarian, right? So I was wondering if King's iron body, King's defense is the fact that apart from being an ancient zone to have like massive strength boosts and being bloody 6,000 feet tall, I know that's an exaggeration there, he's not that tall, but still. I was wondering if he actually has the iron body that all the siblings have. You know what I mean? So, because like, we know in One Piece, a swordsman actually can't cut and damage someone. Like, they can't hurt a high tier person if they're not intending to cut them. You know what I mean? Like, Zoro can't cut steel unless he knows and is intending to cut steel. Right? So it's like, if Zoro's coming at King here, just like, I'm trying to cut flesh, and it's just like not working, it'd be really interesting if Lunarians have steel skin. And that's what the Vinsmoke children were genetically manipulated to have. Like, I'm just saying, I haven't finished the chapter yet. I could be crazy here. Yo, holy see. King's tanked and even damaged Kuma's cyborg body. King is a sham. If he died, I still want him in the story. Oh. Yo, I love the bloody Udon attack, or the Tempura attack. Yo, I love this. Lethal Lion Song, it does nothing. Zoro's just like, what the shit? King just grabs his head back. He's pulling his head back. He's trying to imitate Gecko Moria there with his long ass head. Imperial. No way, that was one of my strongest techniques. Note that he says one of his strongest, not his strongest as well. So it is a good benchmark to say it's not his strongest. Oh! Yo, Zoro! No, you got distracted! Whoa, stop Enma. Tempura, not now. Oh, is he hit? I see some blood. I think I see some blood. Udon. Yo, Tempura Udon. That is spit. What the fuck is with that range? That's a headbutt, man. The shit. King's walking around. Sorry. King's flying around, right? With permanent iron body. Shooting fireballs. Has a head on par with Don Chinjiao himself. Yo. Look at this shit. I mean, it's expected, but it's like, normally when people have range, like, normally people in One Piece that have ranged attacks, their ranged attacks, outside of the Yonko and Admirals, their ranged attacks are a hell of a lot weaker, right? This is impressive, because this is a high-tier ranged attack. Like, that's a couple 100 meters. At least. Right? Yo. Island Buster King. Hell yeah. I want him to be a destroyer too. Ulti's got nothing on that head, but yo, don't do me. You know, you're out of line, but you're right, man. Kuma, you're out of line, but you're right. Don't insult Ulti, alright? She's a goddamn angel. Like, he will respect Zoro since he will definitely beat him. Is it bad I want King more than Yamato or Carrot? Yo, King's just been a beast. Makes you wonder more about how Shanks stopped Kaido and King from entering Marineford. Yo, Ben Beckman just put his middle finger up, and King was just like, ooh, Ben Beckman. And then 2 seconds later, just continued to fight anyway, because it's Ben Beckman. What's he gonna do? He'll shoot you. He'll slap you, whatever. True, King is the greatest headbutter if you... Well, I mean, okay. You say he's the greatest headbutter. Technically, Prime Don Chinjiao still has that feat. Because technically speaking, Prime Don Chinjiao split a continent of ice in half with a headbutt. King destroyed 200 meters with a headbutt. Alright? Don Chinjiao in Dressrosa, he specifically says he's weakened. Right? So he's not as strong there as he was in the past. But King's in the contention. King's top 5 headbutters for sure. A swordsman beaten by his own sword, that's a first. Yeah, Noda Skywalker. Someone get a message out to Noda Skywalker, because Oda loves that guy. It's Oda's alter ego. Someone get a message out to Noda Skywalker, right? That we need a cover page request of King and Big News Morgans, right? Just literally flying over Whitebeard's ship, taking a shit on the deck. Alright? Yo. When does it come out? The chapter's out already, Winebath. If you haven't read it already, alright? The chapter's already out. In the link to the chapter, sorry, in the description of the video, there is a link to my Discord. You go click on the link, join the Discord, go over to chapter links in the Discord. The chapter is there just for you, my guy. Yo, Sandai Kitetsu. You already wield Sandai Kitetsu. That's one of mine. What? Really? It's cursed. I can't sell it, you moron. If you end up dead, your blood will be on my hands. I'll take it. Yo, is Zoro... Please tell me that Zoro's not about to break the Sandai Kitetsu. Because King's kind of wailing on him. Risking yourself to save a sword? Yo, Annie! Yo. 22 viewers. Yo, hello. 23 viewers now. Yo. Get X-Files right. Hello, guys. If you haven't done so already, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for notifications and all that good shit. If you're just looking for the chapter, it's in the Discord. The link to the Discord is in the description down below. Enjoy the video, alright? Be vocal. Comment in the comment section down below if you haven't already. Yo, King literally just kicks Zoro's ass into the ground. Like, he just gutter stomps him, right? Any hype we have for King, I just need to point out, is a potential power up for Sanji. I'm just saying, outside of being a Pterodon, everything that King has is potential for Sanji. So, take that on board. You know, and Zoro's stuck face first in the ground. It burns. Ah, huff huff. What a relief. It didn't fall off the island. Yo, oh, okay, the Sandai's not gonna break. He's going down flashback lane. Yo! Wado Ichimonji. Sensei, please. Let me have her sword. Okay, it's yours. I'll get stronger. Stronger for the both of us. Strong enough that my name reaches up to the heavens. I'm going to be the world's greatest swordsman. It must be fate. That white katana of yours, the Wado Ichimonji, it was forged by the same man that made Enma. The master swordsmith, Shimotsuki Kozaburo. I didn't have time to think about it before, but how did a sword from Wano end up in the East Blue? Imperial, twin blades. Ooh! Kaku, get out the fucking way! We have the new world Shigun flipping out here. Look at those! He's just... I love this. King straight up just karate chop in the air. Sending out shockwaves. Yo, the Zoro lore, can't get enough of it. Yo, 100%. This chapter, man. Yo, I'm loving it. Mike Ross. Shout out to Mike Ross. Good to see you in the chat, my guy. I swear this feels like Zoro versus Mr. One again. Zoro will transcend again. Oh, I'm getting those good vibes. It's good to see Zoro struggle. The greatest part is not even there yet. Okay. Get X all hyping it up. King for Nakama, he saves Zoro from falling. You got a point, bro. King for Nakama. Beacon facts, speaking. Zoro had really no real opponents in the new world. This is good. Yo, it is good. It is good. Win Kyakyu? Yeah, no, I get you there. Yo, Imperial Twin Blades. So you've picked up your 3 swords. Yo, and he's grabbing Enma and he's going full mummy arm. Yo, his wrist. He's got a floppy wrist there. I don't like that at all. Yo, and he blocks King. Look at the lightning there. My king knocked this man into the basement. He knocked this man into the basement. Look at this shit. You're not on my level. Go down. You're not on this level yet. Go down the floor. Yo, I think Zoro is almost at Mihawk's level now. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading because that seems like it's gonna relate to something later in the chapter. All right, Uzumaki and Noah. I'll catch you in a sec. Yo, shout out to the 30 people watching live. Peace, nothing but love. Oh, Zoro's about to do fucking something crazy. I can tell we're getting mad about flashbacks. Zoro's about to bloody go Black Blade or some shit. Zoro Juro. I was told not to say Samachi. It's just something I heard from an old geezer in my village. I never used the word myself. What? Half. That geezer always sat by the shore. I never bothered learning his name. And I only found out he was that's Kozaburo. That's fucking Kozaburo. I only found out he was Kuina's grandfather after he croaked, so he's dead. The master swordsmith, Shimotsuki Kozaburo, left this country illegally over 50 years ago. We're getting fucking new Zoro flashback? Spicy. Chat, it's getting spicy in here. I know I may talk up Sanji a lot, but at the end of the day, I'm a fucking fan of Zoro through and through too. Please, if we're going down the route right now, that Zoro's getting his like Whole Cake Island moments, he's getting his flashbacks. Chef kiss. 13 years ago, East Blue, Shimotsuki Village, Zoro's hometown, and it's confirmation. It's 100% confirmed. The anime can get right. Zoro wasn't just wandering from dojo to dojo on island to island. This is Zoro's hometown, meaning Zoro, Ma, and Pa were here at some point in time. Ha! Sunachi! It's a battle cry that gives you courage. I don't think I'll use it, it sounds weird. Say, old man, is it true you were a samurai? Village geezer. Quiet, Billy. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm thinking this is Kozaburo. Doesn't he look like one of the personifications of Zoro's swords? Am I crazy with that? Oh, Mike Ross, you're right. Fun fact, Kozaburo looks exactly like Wado when Oda drew each of his swords in SP. I've got a bloody eye for faces! Yo, you're right. Kozaburo looks like Wado Jumanji, anthropomorphized, 100%. That old geezer's unibrow is Chad level. Yo. He's somehow related to Odin in some distant fashion. That Odin's flat top head, he just got it genetically in the eyebrows. Yeah. You're gonna bring the Marines down on my quiet boy. You're gonna bring the Marines down on my head. Why would the Navy care? Everyone at the dojo says you were. None of your business. Now scram, you snot-nosed brat. Screw you, you old useless windbag. Yeah. Yo, so Kuza... Yo, so, okay, back in the day, he could swing a sword. You fed up with practicing at the dojo? I lost to Kawina again. I need to train non-stop. What? But I don't have any money. It's fine, take them. They're not much anyway. I can only make ones like these now. He can only make ones like them now. Use them for your training. Listen, swords exist to cut people. Yes! Yes. Since Wano started, I've been waiting for some sword lore. Alright? We got teased about all the supreme grade swords and all the ranks of swords when Wano first started. We got the history of it in Kuri. Or was it Ringo? I think it's Kuri. Give us some god tier sword lore, please. Listen, swords exist to cut people down. When smiths create them, they ensure they can take as many lives as possible. Huh? Each blade is like a person with a unique disposition. A swordsman is one who tames the sword's wild nature and bends its... Get X12, Kuma, you guys have been with me the longest. In how many streams have I said, right? How many times in streams have I said, I was going to make a theory video on it, but I never got around to it. How many times did I say, right? I reckon a black blade, when you master a black blade, it's going to be because, right? You tame your sword's will and your wills align. And you bounce off each other. How many times have I said that, guys? Right? How many times have I said that a sword has its will, it's designed for a purpose, right? And that a true black blade, like every sword realistically, right, is being made to cut people down. Black blades, when a sword becomes permanently black, it's because that sword is going to be held by the greatest swordsman in the world. Because do you know what? There is no better man or woman alive for cutting people down. A sword is designed to cut people down. It's here, black and white, clear as day. It's on the paper or on the screen. Called this shit months ago, years ago. Called this shit. Each blade is like a person with a unique disposition. A swordsman is one who tames the sword's wild nature and bends it to their will. It's a joke that deadly swords are believed to be cursed. That's just how named blades are. I consider it praise. Let the weak spread their nonsense. It means those swords fulfill their purpose well. I crafted my magnum opus. He's talking about the Ichidai. The Ichidai. Oh, wait, no. Did he make the Ichidai? I'm pretty sure he made the Ichidai. And then Tenguyama made the Nidai and Sandai. When I was still young, the temper... Oh, no, he's talking about Enma. Enma and Habeno Abakiri. When I was still young, the temperament of a sword was something. You'd get the chills just holding it. I named the blade after the Lord of the Underworld, Enma. He's talking about Enma there. I got two gun ho there. Yo, and Zoro's getting a chill down his spine. The Lord of the Underworld, Enma. It's called Shimotsuki Village. That doesn't seem like a coincidence now. Did you know the village was founded by pirates? My grandma told me. The master swordsmith Shimotsuki Kozaburo left this country illegally over 50 years ago. That geezer was a samurai of Wano. Zoro, you got Wano in your blood, boy. He was the swordsmith Shimotsuki Kozaburo. Named blades stay vigilant. They wait patiently to find a swordsman worthy of them. It is said a sword chooses its wielder. That's what this is. It's testing me. Yo, and King comes hovering down like a fucking Susanoo. Yo, got a wind. And Zora's getting up. His beefy arm. Enma's black as shit. The sword isn't acting out of malice. That means I've just not been measuring up to its standards. Ooh. Woo! Okay, fix the camera. What have I done here? Normally got to just bring the focus back in with me. There we go. The sword isn't acting out of malice. That just means I've not been living up to its standards. You're telling me Odin was easily able to wield you? Even while this much haki was pouring out of him? Is that it, Enma? Yo, Zora's about to go Chad mode. Unleash your haki. Look here, it's the pirate hunter, King Sun. Let's help him take his head. We're sure to get a promotion if we do. What do? I can't only appease if it keeps going all out with my haki. But that could kill me. No, this is how it's meant to be. You're fucking brothers! If I scroll down and my man Zoro is using fucking Conqueror's haki, I mean, screw it. Power scaling out the window side, right? People are passing out. King or Zoro is using Conqueror's haki there. It's Zoro, I can see the lightning. Ah! Let me see it. People are passing out. I see. So you've also got kingly ambitions. Oh, he looks so fucking badass. All of his swords are sucking the haki out of him now, like Enma. You see the lightning, the black lightning. That's Conqueror's haki. That's fucking Conqueror's coding there. Yo, it's Woro. It's Woro, baby. Chat. Alright. Oda's been teasing this all arc. Why do you think Kaido's laughter is woo-roo-roo-roo-roo-roo? Woo-roo-roo-roo-roo-roo-roo? Because Mr. Woo-roo-roo-roo-roo is gonna give the W and beat down his first mate. Look at this shit! So you've also got kingly ambition, the world's greatest swordsman. That's perfect. The future king of the pirates wouldn't settle for anything less. I guess you're right. After all, I made a promise to my captain and my oldest passing his limits. Yo, Zoro just took his shirt off and just went, there are no limits. Alright. Fuck. Yo, we got almost 50 people currently watching the stream. Yo. Take a note that King didn't even flinch with the Conqueror's haki, so this has got to be insane too. Yo, don't even start me on that. Only top in the world can do it. Advanced Conquerors. Yo, he's... That's what you were meaning when you said earlier he's almost on Mihawk level. Yo, this just confirms that Mihawk's not Conquerors, doesn't it? Surely this just puts the any doubt that anyone had the Mihawk doesn't have Conquerors to bed. Oh, this is sexy. Nah, I like the colours, but show me. I know. You coloured the flashback, but you didn't colour. You didn't. Oh, this man is about to go Ashura, 9-sword conqueror. I swear to God, King is gonna end up. Yo, remember Carter said only a few of the very strong fans do that? True. Yo, shout out to Paul who just subscribed. Number 78 in the subscriber list. Good on you, mate. That's your unique number from now on. So glad we had this many chats. Yo, no break next week. Yes! And they're indoors too. Zoro is about to cut a hole between the live floor and the basement. He's about to open up all the bottom half of Wano the next chapter. My guy, Mr. W, Mr. 9-sword style himself, is about to go off. Like, I'm keen for King, right? I'm keen for King. But man, Zoro about to kick his ass! Zoro's been getting fed this whole time, but yo, 3-sword style Conqueror's haki. Oh, this shit is about to pop. Fuck off. Oh. Yo, I need to redo my Supernova tier list. Zoro's bumped up. Sorry, like, Law, I love you, man, but you might be dropping down here. Zoro's got range on you now. Zoro can stay out of the room and just tag you with those slashes. And he's got the Conqueror's haki to boot. Does this mean that Zoro's too strong to be shambles? Anyone? It's the mindset too, though. It makes sense that Zoro has Conqueror's haki as he wants to essentially be the king of all swords 100%. Next week could be Luffy chapter with a big cliffhanger Gear 5 teasing coming. Yo, Tropical Island, I'm not gonna lie. At the beginning of this, I was sort of like, yeah, nah, I don't see the Gear 5 thing coming. We've had this Sanji power up. Then like 2-3 chapters later, we've got this. In a week or two, I think we might be getting some Luffy power up. And I don't think we're going to see their fights yet, because I think after we see the power up start to incoming, we're going to cut to a few other little less important things. The act's going to end. Act 4 is going to open up, and you're gonna have goddamn Vinsmoke Sanji, the Lunarian, right? He's going to be pulling out Lunarian abilities out of his asshole, right? Fighting Queen. You're going to have Zoro, the conquering Ashura, right? He's going to be flipping his shit out, dicing up King, right? Zoro can kill Sanji? Probably, yeah. I'm not... Conquerors, advanced Conquerors, man. Alright? We don't know what it does yet, honestly. So, at this point in time, just... Who knows? It's an X Factor. It's wild. I don't think we'll continue Zoro and Sanji fight next chapter, so other stuff. I think next chapter we'll start wrapping up some of the other less important stuff with Yamato and whatnot. And the last chapter before the act ends, because I think the act's going to end within 7 chapters, the act's going to end. Alright? I'm calling that now. Within 7 chapters, this act will end. And it's going to end with a 3 full page spreads of Zoro King, Sanji Queen, Luffy Kaido. Act close. Next act's gonna open up. We're gonna get to see them all powered up, fighting for a prolonged period of time. The next Zoro vs Fujitora are gonna be it's gonna be wild. Yo, my mans went from unlocking Conqueror's haki in one arc to just instinctively using like Conqueror's coding. Okay, for anyone that's out there being like, this is bullshit, this makes no sense, it's unfair, Zoro's whole forte was in armament haki. And Luffy literally says earlier in this arc, if he didn't do the Rio armament haki training, he wouldn't have been able to code his arm in Conqueror's haki. Like, it's literally what made him think of how to do it, right? If Zoro had Conqueror's haki dormant, but he already had Rio coming fresh out the time skip, and we know he did, he cut Monet from a distance with a projectile sword slash. He cut a Logia from a distance. Y'all need haki for this shit, which means it's Rio, even if it's not what we expect from Rio at the moment. And I know Rio is just Wando's word for haki, but like I'm using it in the aspect of like imbuing something or extending it off your body, right? This man is in his forte. He's being pushed to his limits. The Conqueror's haki is coming out naturally. We're about to get some goddamn flow. We're about to get the ebb and flow of time. Yo, this was a 10 out of 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 chapter. It's one of those. I'm gonna just say 10 out of 10. I love Zoro, man. Start to finish. Yo. Chat. What do you think Conqueror's haki actually does? Advanced Conqueror's haki. Because I have asked the question in the past whether or not Advanced Conqueror's haki doesn't do any extra damage, but it directly attacks your enemy's willpower in a way to fatigue them. But what are your guys' thoughts? Because are you thinking it's just going to be like stronger armament haki? Are you going to think it's got another effect? I personally think that it's going to be some like broken stuff, like I said, where it directly affects attacking your enemy's stamina gauge. So the more Conqueror's haki attacks you get off, the weaker you make your opponent. You know what I mean? As opposed to also normal attacks on top of that physically damage your opponent. Yep, Zoro's always had the potential for unlocking Conquerors, but nobody else so far has given him a proper run for his money since the time skip. 100%. 100%. Which is beautiful to see, because honestly, Wano has been Zoro's arc as the main... Like, Zoro's the main protagonist of Wano. Luffy's the main protagonist of the first 4 Yonko saga, but Zoro's the main protagonist of Wano. You know what I mean? If Advanced Conqueror's haki is needed to blacken a blade, why did... I'm assuming you mean Roger or Whitebeard didn't do it. Armament haki? Oh, armament maybe? Okay, you can physically make your blade look black for a time by using armament haki. You can use Conqueror's haki to get that lightning effect on the outside of the blade, right? A permanent black blade is like... Okay. It was clear as day in this chapter as well, right? And this is the theory that I keep saying. If your blade has a will, right? And all blades have a will to kill more and more people. We know that here. But realistically, the ability to kill more and more people also can translate to the ability to be the best blade in a way as well, right? The ability to cut down others instead of being cut down. I think black blades are specifically held by those people that hold the rank of the world's greatest swordsman at some point in time. I don't think there can be many black blades. Like, and once a blade has reached that level, it's permanently stained black. But the problem is with that, other people can use that blade and they can be strong with it. But that blade will never be theirs directly. You know what I mean? Whereas making a blade black, it's like putting the gold medal on the Olympic winner. You know what I mean? It's complimentary. I swear on it. Yo, okay, I'm gonna go through the chapter again and look at a few different things. Chat, what do we reckon? Why did King blow up? Is that part of his fire ability? Did he just sort of flex it, take it, and then just Because if so, is that something Sanji's going to be able to do? Yeah, but also think the reason they can't become black because they are already a peak level blade. But Mihawk's Yoru is a peak level blade. You know what I mean? I think you can be a peak level blade and still become black. But the difference is you've got to be a Bushido swordsman. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, there's not many people that follow the way of the blade in One Piece. You literally had Ryuma, you have Zoro, and you have Mihawk. Everyone else uses a sword, but they're not a live breathe the way the sword. The only other person you could maybe argue that is Shiryu, but even that it's super iffy. Conqueror's haki to me is a combination of both spirit and body that's turned into an aura like force that you can manipulate to attack and defend. Interesting take on it. I would intend to agree on that because building off that, like I said, I think the attack version might directly affect someone's willpower. So like you're shaving away at their willpower, which fatigues them. If you're landing advanced Conqueror's hits, right? And the defensive version of Conqueror's haki could be Big Mom's iron balloon, because we know when her emotions drop out, she can be injured, right? Which means her iron body isn't just her physical defense; it's related to her haki, and she lets out a huge scream of haki, potentially wasting her haki for a moment before being injured. You know what I'm saying? So maybe there's an offensive and a defensive aspect of it. The offensive aspect shaves away at people's willpower, meaning it directly affects their haki and ability to fight by fatiguing them. And the defensive aspect is Big Mom's iron balloon. Odi cartoon rules apply. Frustrated person makes the boom boom. I think Sanji's Lunarian DNA. I agree. While also oppressing the will of the people you're attacking. I'd like to point out there is post-time skip. There hasn't been a moment in the story so far, like when people have been fighting and trying to hurt each other, where one person has used Conqueror's haki before another person. It's always both people use Conqueror's haki and they clash. Because I've always been interested to see what happens to a top-tier combatant if they don't defend with Conqueror's haki at the same time that someone uses Conqueror's haki on them. Like Luffy versus Doflamingo. If Luffy got off his Conqueror's haki before Dofi got off his Conqueror's haki, would that have fatigued Doflamingo for their fight? I'm pretty sure we've never seen it happen where one person's done it and the other person's just eaten it up at that high tier level, right? When it's intended for the persons. Maybe Yoru became Saijo when he coded it black, just like how Enma will be. I would say yes, but notice how Yoru also is stated to be the world's strongest Black Blade. And I think the reason why he's the world's strongest Black Blade is at this point in time, when people make it, I actually think Zoro won't become a black. Like Zoro probably won't turn his blade black until he beats Mihawk, because the world's strongest Black Blade. I feel like the newest Black Blade is always the world's strongest Black Blade, because you've got to defeat the previous world's best swordsman. It's almost like an inherited will of the blades. You know what I mean? Where Roger and Whitebeard is already Saijo. I mean, that is possible, but it's also about the fact that like Roger and Whitebeard had high tier weapons and they were high tier combatants and they used their weapons, but they were also a lot more like they didn't wake up every morning, clean their sword, live, breathe, and die by the sword. So you think Vegapunk got his hands on a few Lunarians for his research? Jurassic Park rules. A little bit of mosquito DNA from a Lunarian. It'd have to be one hell of a strong Lunarian, but I mean, shit, yeah. There's got to be DNA from them somewhere. Yo, tinfoil hat theory. What if the ancient civilization developed the devil fruits to fight against the Lunarians as they were considered gods in the old times? Yeah, I can agree with that. I can definitely see that. A better question is actually, is a Lunarian an off-brand of a Skypean? Like, is a Skypean, because we know that Skypeans... Oh... Lunarians can breathe underwater? Yep. Since they can in all environments. True. So he can breathe underwater, he can fly. So land, sea, and air, King is the most naturally gifted individual. Ooh, okay. Do you think Sanji is going to develop too much more Lunarian abilities, or is it just going to be the fire? Because I would argue, like I said earlier, look at the Ichidai line song, right? It cuts him, but like I said earlier, like, if he's got an iron body, like Sanji and the Vinsmokes, Zoro wouldn't have been able to cut it, because as like swordsmen in One Piece have to know what they're cutting. I mean, look at Mihawk in Marineford. He sent a slash out trying to cut the flesh of Whitebeard. Jozu stopped it because he was diamond. He tried to cut down Luffy. Daz's Bone got in the way, and then immediately one-shot Daz's Bones. You know what I mean? It's not that he's not capable of taking out these people. It's like, you've got to know what you're going to cut. So, chat, are you with me or against me? Do you reckon King has iron body? What if ancient giants, Lunarians, mink and fishmen, and humans are the founders? This is wrong. I'm going to say this is wrong before I even say it, because I know how stupid it is, right? But get Xwell and Kuma, hear me out on this. What if we've been fed a massive misunderstanding, miscommunication, because as time goes on, stories get warped and changed, and they're in the wrong perspective. Like you said, Kuma, devils versus God, right? What if the devils and all the allies, like, what if the devils were the celestial dragons that overthrew the Lunarians? And the D, I know this is going to sound really wild, but the D stands for dragon. And I know that would be really stupid because of monkey dragon. Doesn't sound as cool as monkey D dragon, but hear me out, right? Because the natural enemy of the gods, they could have been bastard kids of certain celestial dragons at some point in time. They kept a D in their name because they're still technically royalty, but they weren't given that same sort of holiness. You know what I'm saying? Because we know, I mean, for example, the Don Quixote family were in charge of the dwarves. What if the different celestial dragons around the world, the 20 founding kingdoms, apart from places like Alabasta, where they were just in charge of a huge amount of people, right? What if the other celestial dragons were from countries that had subspecies with them? You know what I mean? Maybe some were giants or long arms or long legs, whatever. They weaponized those species and their abilities to help overthrow the Lunarians. Assumed the mantle of responsibility from them, kicking them off their perch on top of the red line, took over that area, built their world, right? And at that point in time, they were partly allied with the Ancient Kingdom, the Ancient Kingdom being sort of like a hub of that, right? Then once they came to power, they started enslaving the lesser species that helped them in fear that they would become what the Lunarians were in the past, right? So the Celestial Dragons overthrow the Lunarians, double-cross the people that were working under them. Those people somewhat ally with the ancient kingdom, which was a hub or a nexus point working with them at some point in time, and it becomes a betrayal there, and the celestial dragons just have the numbers at that point in time, especially after having overthrown the Lunarians, assuming their mantle of responsibility and assuming the roles of gods, right? They still call themselves dragons, right? Then the bastardized people that were kicked aside from them, that are still technically what you'd call celestial dragons, took up the mantle of D to then live out life to eventually overthrow them, right? It's a possibility, which would add a whole unique twist on it if you learn the Void Century and you know that the D's were somehow related to celestial dragons, right? And you have people like Luffy that doesn't give a shit because he's not like them, but you have people like Blackbeard who feel entitled to the whole world, or people like Zebek who wanted to rule the world, who technically would have that birthright, but was just denied it, like Doflamingo. It would lead for some interesting parallels. I think it's wrong, because I don't think anyone's ever gonna pick up on whatever the hell it is that Oda's putting down. Like, it's some wild stuff. But I mean, natural enemy of the gods, the Lunarians were regarded as gods, right? The enemy of the gods are the D's. Celestial dragons have a D in their name. At some point in time, after overthrowing those people and taking that area, which we know they did, they could have just had infighting. I'm just saying, it's a possibility. Am I crazy? Is that crazy? I don't know. I think you're onto something, bro. Maybe the Celestial Dragons pulled the clean backstab against the Lunarians. I mean, yeah. I mean, look. We haven't, like, there's racism in One Piece, but we haven't addressed why there's so many lies spread about the races in One Piece. Like, the fishmen are just, they're not humans, they're just fish. And, you know, they'll give you disease, right? We've addressed the effects of it, but we haven't addressed the cause of it, right? It could just be ignored and just be chalked up to, you know, chalked up to nothing. But I mean, there's possibility to delve into story there. This is a deep tinfoil hat theory, bro, but I wouldn't mind if it was canon. I mean, like, this is just me throwing that idea out there, right? Oda would execute it 100% in 1,000 different ways better than I'm voicing this, right? And he would make it make sense. But I mean, at the end of the day, the Celestial Dragons took over where the gods lived in the Lunarian, like where the Lunarians lived, right? They also had a fight against an ancient kingdom. Unless that ancient kingdom was the Lunarians themselves, it would make sense that the ancient kingdom was allied with them because there was somewhat peace back then. It's all a matter of succession because of how King acts. We can assume the Lunarians weren't the most benevolent species, 100%. Thus eliciting a rebellion against them from the lesser races. Yeah, and it would make sense that the lesser races that overthrew them would then fear other races overthrowing them because of their perks, hence enslaving the other races, wouldn't it? That would be why slavery lasted for so long and existed for so long. Until it's just whitewashed down to the point where you start, like, it's just ignored through history, or like treated so badly through history that those people just trickle down until it gets to the point where you turn into the good guy by offering them a position in the world government. You know, inviting the fishmen to come join the world government. You know what I mean? Strategically, like, keep him mean, keep him keen. All I'm saying, it's a scummy tactic, but I mean, shit. It could work. And it could make sense. Never really got an answer from you guys in chat though. What do you reckon? Does King have an exoskeleton sort of thing like the Vin Smokes? And that explosion he did against Zoro further up, that explosion he did, was that just him expanding his fire all around, or was that just him creating an explosion? One thing for sure here, Zoro, after his fight with King, is on the brink of death. Oh. It's going to be so funny when Wano ends and Robin starts reading all the poneglyph stuff and Zoro's out for it. Zoro has no idea what's going on because he's just passed out. He's dead. He's done. He's dead to rights. Which makes me think, what if Imu is a Lunarian as well? Maybe he/she feels entitled and is secretly plotting their revenge against the world. Ooh. Kuma, if you're onto something there, I'll point out Enel and his god complex was a Skypian that cut off his own wings. Right? If Imu is a Lunarian, it may be a Lunarian that incited the rebellion with the Celestial Dragons to overthrow the other Lunarians. One that had the ageless surgery performed on them at some point in time, because, I mean, they're already physically dominating. The only other thing is to make them live forever, which would make that person terrifying. But what if it's they hated their lineage sort of thing, or they hated something about their people, and somehow Imu removed his wings as well? That's why he doesn't look like he's got wings. I mean, he could have them, who knows? But I was just thinking about that. That would be interesting. That definitely would be interesting. Yeah, the Imperial Tempura Udon is one of the dumbest, funniest moves. It is actually wild. It does such a... It goes for so long, too. It is wild. Yeah, this chapter was easy, a 10 out of 10, actually. In hindsight, looking at everything I saw, it is an easy 10 out of 10. It was just flashback, badass, all that good stuff. Yeah, you remember the story about Nika the sun god. It said Nika brought freedom and smiles to slaves. So what if it... What if Im? In that situation, Nika was the first to rebel against the Lunarians, possibly. Because in that situation, you either die a hero if you have a normal life, or if someone performs the ageless surgery on you and you become immortal, or unable to age or die from that aspect. Immortality surgery, whatever. You either die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain. If that is the case, Im may have done it for the right reasons back in the day. Now he's bastardized them. He's gone full dictatorship because, I mean, what else are you going to do? I mean, if you live forever, you can survive in any environment. You're a badass, you're strong, whatever. At the end of the day, and you have unlimited power. At the end of the day, you're just going to look at everyone beneath you and go, "You're ants. My way is the best way." Imu is the progenitor of humans. Dang, I didn't consider that. That's a really dope theory. I mean, it's not just my theory. You guys are helping me craft this. I'm just bouncing ideas off of you. He's jealous of the Lunarians having that power. Maybe? Maybe? I've never been more scared of a stretching neck. Oh my god. Oi. It's actually savage. Move out, Gum Gum Bell. Move out, Don Chinjao. Move out of the way, ulti. We've got... Okay. Can Big News Morgans do something like this? I just got to ask the question. Albatross Man coming out of nowhere? Yo, but look here at how much of King's leg is on fire. That is straight up Diablo Jambe. It even has some of the same colouring in areas. Ooh, like, you can't argue that it's not. Which means, again, can Sanji start doing explosions and stuff like that? If people hit him. Because that's a pretty wild defense mechanism. Yeah, the flashback stuff with Kawina was... Oh! How did I not put it together? I was putting it together at the beginning of the chapter and then I didn't realise I put it together without realising I'd put it together. Of course, Smoker and Tashigi were on the beginning of this chapter because it was about Kawina as well. It's good to see Zoro getting some flashback stuff. Also good to see Zoro being able to casually block these Imperial Twin Blades. But yo, Zoro's arm's gone full mummy. I didn't even realize here in the silhouette, Kozaburo definitely looks like a demon. And it's good. Definitely good. Yo, if you haven't done so already, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for more notifications of content like this, follow me on all the socials and all that good stuff. We're at 78 subscribers at the moment. If you're a One Piece fan, and I know you're here because you're a One Piece fan, alright? You know what to do. You know what is really appreciated. Help me reach my 100 Berry Man arc and get me to 100 subscribers. We're 22 away, so get your unique number and remember that stuff. Yeah, Kozaburo, I wonder what it was like as a swordsman in his past. Wait. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Oh, we had 80 subs now. Have people been doing this on private? I gotta check that. Give me 2 seconds. Get XO got me excited then. Yo, we're at 85 subs. Yo! Much appreciated, much appreciated. Alright, what was I doing? I was looking up Zoro's swords. I was looking up the Sandai Kitetsu. I need to see... Okay, that's the Sandai there. Okay. I was trying to see if any of these swords here were anything super important, you know what I mean? Because every now and then Oda hides some mad shifty stuff in the background of chapters. Next week, if we have another hype chapter, I think we'll hit 100. Yo, that would be so wild to hit 100. Hit 100 subs before the end of the year. We only need 15 more, guys. We'll get there. Okay, I got a new question. We thought that Enma was sucking haki out of people left, right, and center, but was it always like that? Or was it only like that because Odin just put so much haki into it? Like, if Zoro died today, right, with the way this chapter ended, and you see how those other swords are just spewing with haki and energy, if Zoro died today and some pleb went and picked up the Ichiwado or the Sandai, is it going to start trying to drag haki out of him like Enma? Because I'm starting to think the sword wasn't built with that design in tow. I'm starting to think it's just a matter of, like, the sword becomes accustomed to it because of how strong the user and the wielder is. Potentially, at least. Yo, actually, do you know what's also a really important thing to note, guys? Take a look. Take a look. I know I noticed it, but I didn't put it together. When you coat something with Conqueror's Haki, it still makes the fodder pass out. So you keep fodder down while you're fighting with Advanced Conqueror's Haki. So if you're able to power scale One Piece characters in like other series, right? Anyone that passes out from Conqueror's Haki, right? Even if it's a group fight, they're staying out if that person's using Advanced Conqueror's Haki. I think it's like that where it's a criteria for a worthy swordsman to wield. It's just like how it was made by Kozaburo to kill many. To kill many is to have that haki. But also to have the drive to kill is key. Does this make Shiryu more menacing? as a swordsman. Because Shiryu's all about that kill. Does that mean Shiryu is going to have a broken sword and go really hard with his sword? Because he actually likes the taste of blood. Shanks is just walking without activating conquerors. I mean, we didn't see conquerors like that pre-time skip. For all we know, Shanks is walking along with his one good arm hakied up and everyone's just passing out. You know what I mean? Like Whitebeard said, oh, you come into my ship with your conquerors exposed. Shanks is probably just walking up there with his one arm clad in black, just like, we drinking, we talking, or we fight, or we fight. You know what I mean? But yo, this just makes Shanks and Mihawk's fights even more terrifying. Does it not? Does it not just hype them more than anything? Because it definitely has me feeling like mad crazy. Mad crazy. Alright. I'm going to 1000%. I've got a lot of stuff to do this weekend, but I'm 1000% going to be doing a discussion stream about this on Sunday night. Probably around 8 o'clock. That's my usual time. Oh, another subscriber, yo. Mixter Valdo, much appreciated. Shout out to you personally. I'd say you're the 79th, but you're actually, because that count is off because people have privatized accounts and stuff like that. You're actually the 86th subscriber, so much appreciated. Do you know what? I'm just going to 1, 2, 3, just while we're on stream, just going to boost that up. There we go. We're back up to date now. You're the 86th subscriber, my guy. Much appreciated. Alright. That being said, I'm probably going to wrap the stream up there because I'm going to go absolutely bananas later on, right? Going to go absolutely bananas later on in the weekend. Sunday, 8 o'clock. Me and Eggs for Brekkie will be streaming, alright? I'll make sure to schedule the stream nice and early. Be sure to check it out because we're going to go through, talk about our thoughts about the chapter, break it down a bit more, and give our predictions for 1044 or 1034. Alright, so be sure to check out that stuff. If you didn't hear me say it earlier, I'm definitely giving this chapter a 10 out of 10. I love Zoro chapters are just chef kiss. Alright. Great chapter, absolutely loved it. We got to 86 subscribers, so that was really appreciated as well. It's a really monumental stream. So close to 100. So thank you for everyone that subscribed, and thank you everyone else that was already subscribed, and thank you for taking time out of your night to share in this great One Piece chapter with me, alright? It definitely makes me feel special being able to experience this stuff with you guys and girls. And until the next video or until the next chapter of One Piece, peace, have nothing but love and respect, and just the Waro love is there. Waro. Big W for Zoro this chapter. 100% big W for Zoro this chapter. So peace. Have a good one. Goodbye.